folks, I'm making this quick video as a public service announcement more than anything else. I was not aware of this, and hopefully you were aware of this, but banks now have a federally mandated requirement that they cannot accept a cash deposit from anyone other than the signers on an account. Now, I found this out on Saturday when I decided that I was going to drop a couple of grand into my wife's account in order for her to take care of a couple of things. And I went to my bank and withdrew cash. Now, I could have really just written a check and attempted to deposit it into my wife's account, but I wanted her to have the funds available immediately. So I went to my bank, withdrew the funds, and it was a nice amount of change. Drove over to her bank, which was, you know, basically a couple of blocks away, stood online, walk up to the teller, hand her the deposit slip that my wife had given me, and hand her the cash. She asked me if I was a signer on the account, and I said no, and I don't want to be a signer on this account. It's my wife's account. You know, I want her to keep her stuff separate, just as, you know, I have my account that I keep separate, and then we have a joint account. Well, to my surprise, the teller says, "I'm sorry, sir, but if you're not a signer on this account, we cannot accept a cash deposit." Now, I'm looking at this lady like she's crazy. What do you mean? This is my wife's account. And, you know, I have ID. And as a matter of fact, I have a mortgage through your bank, and she is on the mortgage. So what is the problem? They told me that approximately 3 weeks ago, the federal banking system passed or approved a requirement that only the holder of the account or a signer on the account is able to deposit cash directly into an account. Well, I said, well, suppose my wife's out of town, she's stuck, and I need to get her, you know, some cash, you know, immediately. Their response was that I could go online from my bank and transfer funds from my bank online directly to her bank. I said, yeah, but it is not an immediate crediting of her account. As a matter of fact, when I went on Saturday, if I had attempted to do that, her account would not have been credited until 4 days later. So that defeats the whole purpose. Well, obviously I asked for a supervisor. She gave me the same crap. I left the bank, went home, gave the cash to my wife. But I thought about it. And since these banks are not making any money by you or another party being able to deposit cash into an account to help someone, you are now pushed off to a third party, which obviously would be willing to accept cash from you and then transfer that cash into whatever account that you want it from or want it to go to. But there is a fee involved. So folks, basically what we are being told now is if a bank can't make money on a deposit, that they are more than happy to push this off to a third party who will make the deposit. And the third party obviously will take the cash from you, which the bank could have, take their cut out of the cash, or you pay the extra fee to get the exact amount that you want going to that account, and they in turn will get that money to the account. And even then, you can only immediately get the cash into the account Monday from 6 a.m. to Friday at 5 p.m. And if you want to get it done after Friday 5 p.m., you have to pay a special servicing fee. This is bullshit. This is absolute bullshit. These banks and the banking system are screwing everyday people. Now, I could understand if they placed a limit, let's say $1,000, okay? And any more, no more than $1,000 can be deposited in cash into an account that doesn't belong to you. But their limit is a zero. No, folks, we need to do something about this. And I don't know whether we need to write to our Congress people and complain about this, or go directly to the Federal Reserve and complain about this, but we need to stand up and tell them that enough is enough, and them ripping us off and not allowing us even to deposit cash into an account for a spouse, a child, or even a friend, at least for a limited amount, is totally not acceptable. But anyway, just wanted to let you know what's going on, because obviously I hadn't heard about this, and I try to keep up with all new banking requirements, but for some reason this one I missed, probably because it wasn't advertised.